Morning everybody, 3rd of August and another day in my daily diaries of looking after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. Yesterday wasn't a good day for Angie really yesterday. Well, it started off, I had the washing on, as you know if you watched yesterday's, had the washer on and kept pegging it out of 3 lots I think it was. And at some point I was outside pegging the washing out and bringing the other washing in. And I checked my camera as I come into the kitchen. It wasn't in bed. So I run in the bedroom, and what she'd done is she'd got out of bed, reached, because her side of the bed's not far from there's only the bed and then the washing basket, then the door. So she'd reached for the door to get a dressing gown, while holding the bed rail. And then as she's tried to put a dressing gown on, she must have stumbled over, because I found her on the floor, well, sat on the squashed washing basket. It's only it's one from Dunelm. It's not a basket. You just call it washing, but it's like a box with a lid. I don't know what it's made out of really. I'm going to say cardboard, but it's not cardboard, but it's collapsible, because obviously Angie had fell on it and was sat on it and squashed it all. It's a right old bleeding shape now. You can't repair that in my shed. I can't repair that. So yeah, so she was sat there. She couldn't be there that long, because I'd only been in the garden, 10 minutes or so, and I checked before I went out. And that was about 11 o'clock-ish. 10 to 11 o'clock. So again, I don't know where this comes from. You know, what makes her want to get up like that. I think it's just that bit of old Angie what's still in her, you see. So, you know, she will and she can, not realising that she can't anymore. I mean, luckily she wasn't injured, she weren't hurt, so I managed to just, get her up and then get her into the bathroom, you know, sat her on the toilet, and sort of went and tidied up, put the basket back together as best I can. I'll have to get a new one this week. And then, but of course at that time I was hoping she was going to stay in bed till at least after dinner or after the 12 o'clock tablets, but I said, do you want to get back in bed? No. So at that time she can't eat, you see, now. She can't eat for that hour before a tablet, 12 o'clock tablet. So I made her a brew, and she had half a brew, but she just sat on the table again. But, you know, eyes were closed and fidgeting on the chair. I said, do you want to sit on the dining chair, or do you want to sit in your wheelchair? So she said, my wheelchair, so I put her back in the wheelchair. It was a bit more comfy to sit in. But then all day she wasn't. She was just the same. She wasn't right at all day, even through into the evening. What did I make us for tea? Again, something nice, and chips, egg and sausage. Which again, it was going everywhere. Even though I cut it all up, even the chips, cut them up into 2 or 3 pieces. So I ended up feeding her, you know, with that. Most of that, sort of 80% of a meal. But she ate most of it. She left like a piece of half a sausage maybe and a few chips, and she said, I've had enough. Didn't have a bread neither, so, you know, so again she's back to the not eating it all. And she'd only had a breakfast. What I make for her breakfast, I give her that at 12:30, you know, a porridge and a fruit, which again I had to feed her. But to be fair, she ate all bar about half a dozen spoonfuls. She ate most of that. And but yeah, she just wasn't, you know. So I said, I didn't say anything. I just thought, we're definitely not going to go out, because I did say maybe we'd got out, but it wasn't worth the not the effort, but it wasn't worth. I'd sooner have had a lazy day, like the same today. As our lad texted me, said he was running late, about 1:45 when he texted. He said, we'll still come up. So I said, no, leave it now till next week. So yeah, I just left her in a pyjamas and a dressing gown all day, and then got her washed, you know, after tea, and put her in fresh pyjamas and got her sat in the front room. But she didn't watch any TV because her head were back and eyes were closed. But every time she went to start twizzling on her hair, I give her that popping mat thing, and that worked. That worked because at one point she was getting all hot, so I put the cold pad behind her and give her the popper, and it slows her down, so that really helps. Well, up to now, fingers crossed, it's helping. And then later on, she actually fell asleep on the couch properly, which is unusual. You know, her eyes will close at times and she'll be, you know, sleepy, but she was actually asleep on the couch with her head back. I put the recliner up, so she, you know, she had a good hour, still holding on to this popper thing, you know, and then yeah, no, probably more than an hour actually, because my grandson's phoned me up late on, just having a chat, going over, you know, stuff, and just having a laugh, nothing particular. I took a video of his nan for him because she was, before she'd nodded off, because she woke up and then nodded off again. Just to show him how fidgety and she gets and restless, and that's what I'm going to start doing. I'll take more videos I can show the family, and then I'm not sort of trying to explain. I'm not the best at explaining about things like that, you know. So at least if I start a video on me and I can show them, as long as it's, you know, it's dignified, should we say. I'm not going to show them if it's not dignified. I showed a granddaughter, you know, all the stuff that's you know, that's not really nice to see about your nan, but you know, she's a woman herself, so yeah. So I'm going to start doing a bit more of that for the family, and then I can just say your nan was doing this again last night and so on and so on. So, but then she fell asleep while I was up phone to him again, you know, properly fell asleep, and then I woke her up after they'd finished talking to him on the phone. I woke her, I said, "Angie, do you want to get to bed now?" And she just said, "Yeah." So I nodded like that and give me a thumbs up. So got her to bed. Struggled with her actually, because she was doing that like a bag of cement thing again, not attempting to help me, you know, stand up and stuff like that. Got her to bed and put her in bed. And during the night, when I was in bed about half an hour afterwards, because I was tired, as you imagine, you know, last couple of nights I've not had much kip. And I slept right through. I didn't even wake up to check on her, like I do sometimes. And I didn't hear the pop neither, because I put that in bed. So that didn't even wake me up. So I must have been well away. I woke up at my usual sort of 10 to 7. I just turned over. I thought I'll stay in bed for a bit. And it was 2 minutes to 8 when I woke up. Well, the alarm was going to go off at 8 o'clock for Angie's tablets. So that's not like me at all, to lie in. I call that having a lie-in. So, yeah, so obviously I needed it. So I'm glad I feel much better and refreshed. Got up and give it turn the alarm off and give her the tablets, and then had to change the bed, take the bed in and change her nightwear and stuff again. So it's all in the washer again. You know, but when I was having my shower and that before and having my breakfast, I just give myself give my head a good talking to. I thought, right, give your head a wobble and listen to what I'm going to say, and it's stop getting stressed over it. Stop getting stressed over it. You know, I know I keep saying it, but it is what it is. You know, she doesn't do anything purposely. It can be as frustrating as hell, but imagine how frustrating it is for Angie. You know, so I'd sooner be in my position and having to keep changing the bed and stuff than me actually be laying in the bed and waiting for somebody to change me. You know, so Mike, just, you know, stop it. So I give myself a good talking to this morning. So that's where my head's at now. So, like I said, it is what it is. Mike, you get on with it. Just get on with it and get it sorted. Wash it. You know, if it is, it is. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about it. I know it'll get frustrating, you know, but just bite the bullet and get on with it. So Well, that's me August resolution, should we say. Yeah, so I'm going to speak to tomorrow's Monday, so I'll get Angie off to the gym. I wish to the day centre again and get over to the gym, and then at some point after that I'll do my diary thing at lunchtime-ish, and then I'm going to speak to the Parkinson's nurse. Just tell her that she's getting a lot more restless and fidgety, and you know, so maybe, because she told me to keep a check on, and she increased the strength the other week of the medication. So I'm going to inform her of that and see what she says. But again, like I said the other week, we're all looking for answers. Well, you know, the medication's not working, or this has gone worse, on, you know, and it seems to be since you put on this, that, on the other, but it's not. It's the Parkinson's. It's the Parkinson's and the dementia. What's doing it? We're looking for a medication that'll cure it, and there ain't one. It's not out there. You know, and we all get confused, and we're all guilty of that, wanting to, you know, us as carers and even sufferers. You know, my medication's not working. Well, it is. It's just not curing it. Not curing it. So, because I'm going to speak to the memory clinic as well, because it may be their medication. You know what's. And I'll speak to the Parkinson's nurse as well. She'll probably maybe tell me to speak to the doctors about. I think she once mentioned an injection or a tablet to help with the bladder issues. Anyway, but I'll speak to her. So I've got 3 or 4 conversations to have tomorrow, and then also speak with my the adult social care worker about you know, getting some respite in place, so that at some point I can just pull it out and say, right, I need to use this now. So yeah, that's my plan for tomorrow. Before I go, I've been following, and he's been following me. I follow quite a few people that suffer with Parkinson's, and they have their own channel on YouTube and TikTok. Well, this fella's called Punk Rock Parkinson's. So have a look if you can. You might, if you get on my profile, you can see I'm following him. He's not been doing it long. He suffers with Parkinson's himself, so he could do with a bit of a G up, if you will. He's after getting to 1,000 followers. I think he's on 900 and something now. So that'd be good if you can, and just have a listen to it from his point of view. I know you keep listening to it from mine as a carer, but if you listen to it from his point of view as a Parkinson's sufferer, you know, you might get it, you know, how it works, you know, from both sides. So yeah, that'd be good if you could. Maybe you can't, it doesn't matter. Just thought I'd give him a mention. Punk Rock Parkinson's he's called. He's an American guy. Yeah, so that's me done for today. Positive mood today. I'll just leave Angie in bed as long as she wants and get her up. We're not going out. It's just stopped raining, but it's windy and that. So again, I'm gonna have another lazy day around the house with her, I think. Ready for tomorrow. And then Tuesday, granddaughter's coming up with her 2 little ones, so that'll be a busy, hectic day. So yeah, okay. As per usual, please press your like buttons, follow me, send me your comments, share these videos, and let's get it out there, please. So just before I go, I keep looking over there. I'll just give you a thing of that contraption. 1 minute. That's the contraption that the OT people dropped off. That's what I'm supposed to get Angie out of a chair and sit with. Looks like some sort of torture thing. So I'm supposed to put the strap round her, fasten it up, get her to hold up, pull herself up, strap the strap to the frame, and then she stood on the bottom. Then I'm supposed to turn the frame, undo it all, and then sit it on the wheelchair. No. It's right faff, right load of faff. I've tried 2 or 3 times. I tried it, and that's where it's going to stay. I'll just let them know next week when they come. I'd sooner just pick her up out of the chair and sit her in the wheelchair. Right, okay, I just thought I'd show you that one. That looks like something out of Silence of the Lambs. All right, I'm going now. I'm going to make myself a coffee and see if, just check on Angie. All right, so I'll do it all on tomorrow. So as per usual, you take care now. Bye.